unpopular.
Oh, hey, everybody. Welcome to Hey Unpopular.
Hey, unpopular.
Oh, Jeff's back.
Hey, I'm back. Well, I was always here, but not, I was here in spirit. Actually, no, my spirit was crushed while I was gone.
Yeah, I murdered Jeff. He came back.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Jeff, we're happy to have you back.
We are happy.
The people are. How was hanging out with your ma?
Yep, I hung out with my mom. It was eye-opening, Adam. It was eye-opening.
I edited about 25 minutes of Jeff gushing about hanging out with his mom out of this. I had Jeff, calm down. Jesus.
What I will say is my mother is a very loving person, and I love my mother very much. Anyway, let's keep moving. By the way, my mother invited every single person she met to hang out at her house.
Oh,
That's like inviting someone to get on the Oregon Trail. Do you know how hard it is to get to my house? And my mom's like meeting people and be like, you have to come to my house. Yeah.
gonna be funny when they all show up.
Fly into spend $1,000 on 2 flights to Logan Airport, then take a cab an hour inland to the middle of nowhere so you can hang out at our house.
Yeah. Sounds like when I went to Costa Rica. You get off the flight and they're like, enjoy your 3-hour cab ride to the resort. It's like, that's not how this works.
Don't make eye contact.
Yeah. Isn't there an airport near the resort? No, you're in the jungle. You know where you are?
You're gonna die.
So we're taking it easy this week from a fucking research standpoint, format and standpoint. We're going vintage. We're doing an old school unpopular opinions episode. A mix of our own opinions and listener opinions. We got some doozies this week.
Yeah, I think we got some good ones. And I'm actually going to add to my first one.
You know, I would love to say, just foreshadowing for people in looking at Jeff's opinions, I would love to say we got that rare instance where I think we're going to agree on everything. The only reason we won't, I haven't seen one of the movies you're talking about.
Okay.
Other than that, I feel like me and Jeff are on the same page this week. I don't know if we will be with my opinions.
I think we're about 70% on the same page at all times.
Nice.
And I think people love that 30%, but you and I really like that 70%.
Yeah, I think we prefer the 70% and a lot of other people prefer the 30%.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
Somebody who I think is a former listener said something along the lines of like, I like Jeff because he doesn't put up with Adam's shit. And I was like, what shit? What are you talking about? Like, there's no shit.
That's wild.
What don't you understand about this show and our relationship?
Fucking putting Jeff through it every day.
What do you think this is? Exactly. Jeff showing up to the podcast minds, not taking anything from the big boss man. Like, what?
I think people really do have a skewed vision. Well, because people have said in episodes like this, you know, we actually consider you celebrities. Like, you're famous to us. That blows my mind.
A popular opinion.
Yes.
I agree with you. We are that. We're the kind of celebrities that, like, you know, it's like, man, go. We're going to die penniless, but
yeah.
We're going to have, this is going to be our starry night.
Exactly. Yeah. This is it. So should we get to our opinions?
I think we should.
We got a nice mix of me and Jeff opinions, the good ones, and then we got the listener opinions, also good ones. Misdirection, folks. All right. This first one, I don't know. People probably won't like it. You shouldn't. I don't mean it the way some people are going to demand that I mean it for their own personal feelings. I know everyone's waiting on it with breathless anticipation, but I am of the opinion that Trump dying prior to the 2028 election would be bad from an election standpoint. I also, to just throw a little extra opinion on there.
You think it would be bad from a moral standpoint?
I think it might actually make all of the situations we're facing with Trump worse.
Here's why I definitely agree with you is that the right seems to be infinitely more cohesive than the center and left of center.
I agree with you there. And I also wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people on the right secretly want Trump gone.
Oh, for sure.
Trump is clearly becoming a liability politically.
He's the clown in the way that shits his pants everywhere he goes.
Yes, he's very much that now.
They're like, we're trying to do a fascism. Like he was the demagogue to allow fascism to enter. And now they're like, well, we got our hooks in. And these fucking morons, these cousin fuckers already are entrenched and they're too stubborn and stupid to admit that they were mistaken. So here they go.
I said this on, I think, last week's Hey Unpopular also, but
Hey, unpopular.
and yes, it was when we were talking about JD Vance on Joe Rogan. I think the last thing we need is for Trump to overnight be gone and a more savvy politician, say JD Vance, steps in and goes, whoa, that was pretty fucking crazy, wasn't it? Glad that's over. Now let's get back to America first. Let's get back to MAGA without the dementia.
Oof.
Let's set this course right.
Let's have a nice clean diaper on our fascism.
I could even see him being, and I know this is going to sound crazy, I could see him being the one who abolishes ICE. Because that, if we are assuming they're working from a Nazi playbook, what did the Nazis do to the brown shirts? That's what the Night of the Long Knives was about. It was about taking out their own. Why? Because that faction of the Nazi party was giving them a bad reputation for being too violent in the streets. And if JD Vance comes along and is the one who's like, abolish ICE, there will be some people on the left dumb enough to be like, all right, I guess it's time for unity. Let's cross the aisle. Oof. And yes, abolish ICE. No to JD Vance. They will replace it with something more lethal than ICE.
I wonder what it would have been like if Mitt Romney was the president.
One of my favorite tweets from 2016, I don't remember who it was, but he just tweeted, Mitt Romney, the streets need you. Mitt Romney did not come through for the streets.
No, instead he took a black and white photo that looked like a Twilight Zone episode with the devil in it.
Oh, that's right. Jeb Bush had the best.
Oh yeah, he was great. I mean, Please Clap killed him.
Yeah.
You guys let the Republicans let Please Clap guy lose and let shits his pants while being racist guy win. If you're wondering where they were at the time.
So yeah, I want to make it clear. I'm not even saying, oh, when Trump dies, don't get on the internet and celebrate. None of that. I don't care about any of that. I'm just saying I don't think it would be the best thing for a more capable politician to have a couple years to prove themselves before the 2028 election. I want Republicans to have to ride with Trump until 2028. I don't think him going away will make anything with ICE better. I don't think him going away will make maybe Iran, maybe.
Who knows? I'm not going to say how I'd feel about a certain event happening. I can't.
At this point, everyone knows how everyone's going to feel.
Pretend I said a good joke about it.
Yeah.
Laugh accordingly in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, listener.
Goddamn, Jeff. Woo.
Yeah.
Jeff, what's your first opinion?
So there's a new Spider-Man. There's a new Spider-Man in the theater movies. And so I wanted to rewatch the third Spider-Man. I think it's No Way Home. That's the one with the 3 Spiders-Man, the Tobey Maguire, the Andrew Garfield, and all the people that you've seen before. And that, upon a rewatch, is a dog shit movie that sucks. And I think the only reason people like it is because they got to be Leonardo DiCaprio pointing at the TV saying, that movie is the biggest example of member berries I've ever seen in my life. It's definitely one of those things where you can see that it was really a movie that was manufactured in a lab to give you a dopamine rush every time you saw a character you saw 20 years ago. The plot, the threading, the general existence of that entire movie is quite awful. They reverse engineered a plot to get characters in, which I understand. That's a Hollywood trick. I have no problem with that. But from a narrative standpoint, once you get past the I'm in the theater and I'm clapping too, there's applause breaks in those movies. Adam, there's fucking applause breaks in those movies. That's how much they knew what they were doing. And to me, it is the most cynically made movie I may have seen in my entire life.
Yeah, that sounds about right. If I've seen it, I don't remember it.
There are good parts in it.
Sure.
The 3 Peter stuff is great because you have 3 good actors having human moments with each other in between CGI battles of member berries. Hey, remember this guy? Hey, remember when the guy from Ned and Stacy? Remember him? Remember when the Sideways guy was Sandman in 2007? We got we CGI'd him, and then he came in and did some vocal work. Remember when there was the guy who was? Remember when Risa Fons was the lizard in the other one? He's in
What?
it too, CGI exclusively as well. But also they interact, and then Doctor Octopus and the Green Goblin and the Electro. Remember Jamie Foxx? We got him in, and he didn't. He looks different. And we don't explain it, and we have no reason to. This is just who we could get. It fucking sucks. This is a shitty movie. It's like episode 1. Did you see episode 1 in the theaters?
Yeah, I've seen all the Star Wars movies in theaters, even the first one.
That episode 1, 1999, I left that and I was so amped. And then the second time I saw it, I was like, wait a second. Now that I get the whole cool lightsaber battle at the end, this is a dog shit movie.
I've a couple times recently on pods pushed back against the idea of, oh, you should definitely see this movie in theaters. I want to add something to that. I think sometimes seeing a movie in theaters, and it sounds like especially in the environment you would have seen this movie Jeff is talking about, I think it actually covers up flaws in a movie.
Of course.
Sometimes.
But it's a great experience.
Right. But it also, I think saying, oh, you're better off seeing this in theaters, I think that's almost a bad thing about a movie. I think you're almost saying, yeah, it's not going to be as good if you see it at home.
I think there are some movies where the spectacle of the big screen really pays off. I think a better example in the same universe would be Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame wasn't member berries because it was all within this 10-year span of films that had come out, right? And you saw things that had been building up for 10 years. And when they finally paid off, crowds were like erupting, right?
Right.
I think that's a good version of that experience.
But see, my point there is that movie, having seen it in theaters and rewatched it at home, which I almost never fucking do, that shit holds up at home.
Absolutely.
Like, that moment still fucking rules when you're sitting watching it at home by yourself.
I was at the theater watching that and going like, what? I did that.
Meanwhile, I rewatched Obsession recently at home once that came to streaming. Boy, does that movie benefit from a whole audience of people going.
I think horror does that most of the time. It's better in a crowd.
And I mean, I guess on second watch, you're ready for a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, the shock of certain scenes is gone. Obsession is a first time, best time movie.
Yeah, Obsession is a vibes movie.
Whereas like I think a movie like Everything Everywhere All at Once is a huge spectacle the first time you see it, and then it gets better.
Yeah.
When you watch it a second time, you get to pick up on a lot more stuff. My favorite thing is the internet. The internet has brain damage because you'd see people that are like, this obsession, and they'd be like, actually Bear's the villain. It's like, yeah, you don't have to say that. We know that. Why are you saying that?
He's the obvious villain.
He is clearly the obvious villain. Nikki's actually not the problem. Oh, she's not. Well, aren't you a scholar there, Richard Roper?
Yeah. That's like saying the girl who got drugged and raped, which is exactly what happened to her.
Yes.
Is not the problem. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know. We know. Thank you, internet.
Yeah. That guy was the worst part of that movie.
Well, yeah, but that means he's good at his job.
Yeah, he added to the tension of the movie. All of his stupid decisions, I was like, don't.
People are treating this guy like he's King Joffrey, the kid that had to quit acting because people wouldn't leave him alone and stop being mean to him. Remember that kid, that King Joffrey kid? And everyone was like a huge piece of shit to him in real life. And he's like, okay, two things. One, I'm a child. Two, I'm just good at my job. You're mad at me because I'm good at my job.
People are fucking insane.
People are stupid.
They sure are. Hey, speaking of that, should we get to some listener opinions?
Yeah, let's give us a listener opinion, then we'll go back to one of ours.
Yeah, it feels awkward, that segue.
Yeah, brought to you by Segway.
We're not calling our listeners stupid. Not yet. I'm sure as we get through these opinions, we're going to call some of you fucking stupid. But not you, Full Metal Corgi, who says normalize calling children assholes. Sure, it's not going to hurt saying, hey, kid, being a dick right now.
I would agree with that, except I remember every time that happened to me as a kid.
Were you being a dick?
Probably. That does make an indelible. I will say that sticks around. I would definitely say normalize calling them to their face. I might pick different language, but to their parents, I would be like, your kid's being an asshole.
I guess I'm not assuming that we're doing this verbatim Like you have to absolutely say, hey, child, you are an asshole.
Well, it's like, hey, buddy, you're being an asshole.
I don't know. I do think sometimes kids need to be told when they're fucking up.
Yes. Oh, don't worry. I had a previous career, and that was like 15% of the entire career. You have to do that. You absolutely have to do that.
And I'm sure you dealt with parents who didn't like to hear that.
No. And then one of the biggest things that parents seem to forget is that kids are liars. Like that's a thing that parents have like, well, I've had 30 bonus years of integrity to build up. Are you calling my child a liar? There have been times in parent teacher conferences where there'd be a parent like, you calling my kid a liar? And I would go, did you ever lie in eighth grade? Did you ever lie in eighth grade? Probably. Because kids lie. That's okay. Like you just have to stop it because kids know that lying gets them out of trouble or it creates trouble for someone else. Like lying is a valuable tool to an eighth grader. And then I'd beat the parents up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's obvious next move.
Yeah. I actually do disagree with you, Full Metal Corgi. I don't think, depending on the age, I don't think we should call children assholes directly, but I think you should very much imply to them that they're acting like assholes and try to use corrective language to fix that. Because calling a child an asshole either gets them defensive or mega depressed, and it sticks with them forever.
Sure.
But definitely, I think corrective language is important. Corrective, excuse me.
Don't let your kid be an asshole.
But also, normalize calling people assholes in front of their children.
Oh, sure.
If somebody is using their child as a shield from social interactive justice, don't let it happen. How dare you curse in front of my child? How dare you behave like that in front of your child?
Yeah. I saw a video on Instagram. It was someone in a fucking Popeyes bullying the shit out of this cashier. This guy was behind the counter, like standing directly in this cashier's face, like being really fucking threatening. And someone, a different Popeyes employee, walks up and just lays this fucking guy out. And in the background, you hear a woman go, oh, don't hit him like that. His kid is here. And it's like, you want his kid to see him being like that, but not getting corrected for it?
Yeah, show that kid what happens.
Yeah, that kid saw exactly what that kid needed to see, which is his dad getting fucked up in that moment.
When you act like this is what happens.
Yeah. And sure, it's a bummer that kid had to witness violence like that at that age, but might be for the best in that situation. Jeff, you got another opinion?
I was thinking about changing one of mine to something that really comes in here, which is a much more Boston-y thing. But I'll just say it like what I was going for is like the high road has gotten us nowhere, and centrist Democrats are embarrassing. That there's that, right? Chuck Schumer writing a strongly worded letter. This man is pathetic. The Democrats are pathetic. We've known this for quite some time, but I actually want to sort of shift that over from the high road has gotten us nowhere to we should normalize and sort of start relying more on public regulation in regards to behaviors in certain spaces. I see a lot of people like, I think if somebody is fucking with you in public and you kick their ass, that should be like, we need to bring back like fighting words as being a legal protection for that. I think that if, say, you're walking up to a post office and somebody is filming you because they're like, I have the First Right Amendment, and you're like, I really don't want you to do that, please. I'm not doing anything. I'm not actively involved in a protest here. Like, I do not want my face in here. And they continue to do it. You should be able to punch them in the face.
100%. That should not be protected by the First Amendment.
No. I think if you have an Instagram or YouTube account where you're doing that, I think if you're baiting people, I think that if they take the bait, it's your fault.
Yeah. I think those people should be celebrated on a separate, more popular Instagram account.
It kind of seems like now there's a gamble there where if somebody's doing that and you drill them, you might be able to GoFundMe your way into a small little career.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to hawk Tua on your meta glasses, theoretically. Hawk Tua, fucking punch in the face on that thing. No, like I think that, and this is another thing, anybody wearing meta glasses that isn't blind or not blind really in public should be called a pervert.
Yeah. The little lights on the front, those should have to be on all the time. Like people should know you're wearing those 100%.
Yeah. And we should be calling them pervert glasses the whole time. And you know what I don't care about is when people start to inject when we say these things and they're like, oh, but you're forgetting about this benefit that they have. Cool. Wearing a gun in public has benefits. It also has huge fucking implications and problems.
I don't know what the benefits of meta glasses would be, but even if you're blind, do they have legitimate use for like blind?
Supposedly that there are big benefits for people that cannot see, that it explains everything, I guess,
In that case, yeah. And if that's why you're wearing them and someone approaches you, say, I'm blind, asshole.
I guess the other option is make these things available only as medical devices.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. And that actually seems very reasonable. If that's the argument for using them, then yeah, make them
the argument devices. That people like to throw back is, well, you're being recorded everywhere all the time anyway. Or like, people walking up here, it's like, yeah, but when people have their phone up and they're recording you.
Right.
99% of the time. So this whole thing and then sometimes people, and I hate to use this phrase because it kind of seems like a right-wing phrase to use, and I don't like doing that, but like they'll white knight you a little bit about it. And somebody who has no problems is like, well, I think you're being ableist against people with, visual impairments. I'm like, but that's not you, is it? You want these glasses, and so you're using somebody else as a shield so you can have them, aren't you? You're not the thing, are you?
That's the thing too. It seems like we're leaving room open for, well, yeah, if you need them for a medical reason, you should absolutely be able to have them. But if that's your argument against what Jeff is saying, well, do you need them for that reason? If not, then shut the fuck up.
I agree. Those people should have them. Next.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not you, is it?
I am fresh off an episode about doorbell cameras where I made that same argument. Like, you're being tracked everywhere, you're being filmed everywhere. But Jeff is absolutely correct. These glasses are like hidden cameras. If you're filming someone with your phone on the fucking train, it's going to be so goddamn obvious.
If I see a camera crew filming something on the street, I fucking avoid it.
Yes.
I'm not one of those people that wants to bounce around and, peace or what. No, like fucking, I want the option to opt out of your content.
Right.
And sometimes taking that option, and if you are insistent upon it, should result in me punching you in the face.
Yeah, I can't think of any arguments for wanting them that don't boil down to either I'm lazy or I want to be a secret creep.
I want to bait you. That's the other part.
Sure. Yeah. Because I can't imagine they take better pictures than your phone. I got a new phone a couple months ago. It's a fucking 2024 Motorola Razr, and it takes some of the crispest pictures I've ever seen in my goddamn life. I can't imagine the camera that they're stuffing in a pair of glasses.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
Are going to adequately replace the camera in your phone. So you don't need a second camera. I guess at a protest, filming at a protest.
People don't want you to do that.
Yeah.
And film at a protest, but not if people's bare faces are being shown, because now you're creating a database for Meta. Oh yeah, that's a great, and I get it. Like I also don't want to hear and I hear this argument with AI all the time. They're like, and yet you're talking about this on a Meta platform. And it's that whole comic strip that like, we should improve society somewhat. And then somebody pops up and goes, and yet you participate in society. Interesting. I'm very smart. It's like, yeah, man, intent is a different thing. There should be social judges that are like, yeah, you were right to hit that guy.
Yeah. And I think you make a good point. There are arguments for all sorts of technology, but do they apply to you? If not, then it doesn't apply to you.
Well, everybody wants to be special, so they'll find a way to make it apply to them.
All right, let's lighten the goddamn mood here. I don't care what their fucking commercials say to the contrary. Their snarky fucking social media can come at me. I've been dreaming of a fucking, I guess, blue sky war with this fucking account. I don't know if they're still on Twitter like a bunch of fucking...
Oh, that person quit, by the way.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they did an article about what it was like to work for that company. It was quite interesting.
Wendy's is the company in question. Here's the thing, Wendy's. Your new spicy chicken sandwich is a new Coke level fuck up that needs to be corrected post haste.
Is it not brined the way it was previously?
Jeff, when I say they changed literally everything about it, they changed everything. The bun is different. It's a potato bun now. The lettuce is no longer leaf lettuce. It's now shredded lettuce. The tomato is the same, but you don't like tomatoes.
Fuck that tomato. Get it out of here.
The chicken is different. It's like breaded different. It's not seasoned as well. Everything about it is different, and it's gross and boring and not good. Wendy's invented the fucking fast food chicken sandwich. They did it the best. It has always been the best fast food chicken sandwich. Yes, Popeyes included. And then out of the blue, they decide, well, everyone's disrupting the spicy chicken sandwich game. Time for us to dip our toes back in the water. Fine. Introduce a new one, but keep the classic one.
This is what we refer to as the enshittification of everything, right? This is just entropy. This is just I bet this chicken sandwich is 2 cents per unit cheaper, and therefore they're maximizing their profits to improve shareholder value. And shareholder value might be the worst thing that has ever happened to economics, because now every single business's job is to get every drop out of you.
Yes. Fix your shit, Wendy's.
Fix your shit. Just fix your shit.
I don't eat there anymore. We just got one a couple years ago right up the street from me. I was so excited. And now they changed that chicken sandwich.
Fuck your new chicken sandwich, Wendy's. Bitch ass Wendy's.
And no more ghost pepper ranch with them spicy nugs. Come on. What are we doing? Let's get to another listener opinion. This is also food related.
Hell
Me
yeah.
and Jeff are going to disagree on this. Barlock, unpopular opinion. Ribs are overrated. Having to eat meat right off the bone is a pain in the ass, and the meat isn't good enough to make up for that. Same with corn on the cob. It's just the most annoying way to eat something. Go ahead, Jeff.
I agree with the ribs thing, but mostly because I just don't fuck with meat on the bone. The corn thing, I'm like, unless you have dentures, I don't know, man. You need it all to be cut. You need niblets at all times.
Yeah, I don't understand how a built-in handle is annoying in any way.
I fuck with corn on the cob.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're like, I'd rather have Mexican street corn. Well, no shit. Me too. But if you want just buttered corn, I actually like it on the cob.
Yeah, I even fuck with Mexican street corn as prepared on
like the elote, huh?
On the cob. Yeah. That's a tasty fucking treat.
It's a delectable treat.
Yeah, I get that taste is one thing. And like if you don't like eating meat off the bone, that's fine. I just don't see how having a built-in way to hold a food item in and of itself is annoying.
I will also add, there is a way to eat corn on the cob after the first row bite that is deeply efficient, and that is to pull them with your lower teeth. So if you plant your lower teeth in a row and then just kind of like dig them out,
yep,
it's fucking clean as shit. Mine looks like when you put out like a corn on the cob, like a bird feeder.
Yeah.
It's like it's picked clean like that.
Yeah, I'm a big corn on the cob fan.
But I'm with you on meat on the bone. I also agree that ribs are overrated, even like, when it's like braised, ribs and stuff like that. I'm not a fan.
I am a fan, but I'm very, very picky about barbecue. And I would say most barbecue in California is bad. And most barbecue outside, like the really famous barbecue spots, is super duper hit or miss. Ribs especially are a very easy thing to overcook. If you bite into a rib and it has any fucking resistance to it at all, that person fucked up. If you don't like eating meat off the bone, ribs, literally, you should be able to pick them up and shake them.
Yeah, they'll slide right off the bone.
And that meat should slide right the fuck off, and it should be juicy AF. And if it's not, they just fucked up the ribs. But I mean, also, there's just some cuts of meat some people don't like.
Yeah, I don't like a particularly fatty piece of meat. Like and I know they're like, I like well marbled in a scenario like that. I'm always like, I don't like it, but whatever. I'm like a big texture guy.
Yeah. I mean, with steak, I definitely don't feel like the leaner, the better with steak.
I mean, that also, yeah, but but the big chunk of fat, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a fat deposit, I'm not a fan. And ribs tend to have like good fat deposits in them when I'm served them. Yeah. There you go, Barlog. We somewhat agree.
Yeah, we're with you ish. We're not going to get through damn near all, like,
no, we can
We'll have to part two it. Jeff, you got another one?
I got a last one. Yeah. This one, I'm going to use three things, but it's general point here is that if you're on the internet and you scoff at Mayonnaise, Fight Club, the Dave Matthews Band, etc., you're too online, you have bad judgment, and you are literally just a populist that is deciding to jump onto the latest trend at all times. Shitting on Dave Matthews, which is funny because a lot of people love to bring up the thing that he didn't do, but they blame him for, which I get. He's the boss, which is the Chicago River dump.
Oh,
You think that was his idea? You think it was like, hey, man, you know how I'm on the right side of everything all the time?
yeah.
Let's do this evil thing. He didn't fucking do that.
Yeah, it would be pretty insane to assume that was Dave Matthews.
Right. Also, Dave Matthews has consistently been like the most woke. Like remember, he is a dude that grew up and came out of apartheid South Africa, and he was on the right side, I believe, even younger.
He's one of the current organizers of Farm Aid. And if you look into the politics of the people behind Farm Aid, that's like the Mount Rushmore of being on the right side of fucking history. Like, especially if you're talking country rock related white dudes.
I think the internet loves making fun of a thing that gets stereotyped as being a white people thing.
I mean, Dave Matthews Band is definitely a white people thing.
It is. And like when you think of like mayonnaise and people are like white people, and it's like, I think you're saying that because mayonnaise is white. The pushback against mayonnaise should be studied because mayonnaise is probably one of the best food things in that it is one, it's a nice little zesty treat to put on a sandwich. I usually mix it with something, like a mayonnaise and a mustard, or I think a cheesesteak with ketchup and mayo together is fantastic. I think mayo on the Whopper is fantastic.
See, we've had this talk before. That's where you lose me. I like mayonnaise as a moistener.
Well, I like mayonnaise as a grilling fat too.
Mm.
But it's like, what's bad about it? It's tangy. And do you not like the way it sounds when it comes out of the container? Okay. Like, or it looks, or it's like, yeah, it's egg yolks and that doesn't even taste eggy. It just is a thing.
Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be taste. Like mayonnaise is just not one of my preferred condiments. But I think when you're getting into stuff like, oh, I don't like the way it sounds when it comes out of the jar, then you are getting into like bullshit, internet lore, and stuff like that.
The reality is people don't even present reasons anymore. They just shorthand. And I find that weak. I find you lacking if you do that. If you're shitting on Fight Club, why? Is it a bad movie? Is Fight Club a bad movie? The answer is no. I think you don't like that sometimes men in polo shirts like it. And that's a Dave Matthews Band thing too.
I didn't like Fight Club.
You did or didn't?
I didn't.
Okay.
It's a movie. Not everyone is going to like every movie. Yeah. Not everyone's going to like Dave Matthews or mayonnaise. I think it's just more a matter of, well, what's your reasoning? Do you really not like it? Or is it just, well, the internet says I'm not supposed to like it, and these are the reasons why I'm not supposed to like it? Because I feel like you get that with a lot of things. I think the band Korn is a great example of that. There are just some things that hit a point where the internet has decided nothing cool can be said about that anymore.
I think the rebound of that genre of music has been really interesting. The like Limp Bizkit and Korn sort of like bounce back has been nice.
Korn deserves better. They deserve more of like I've said this on several pods. I'll say it here too. Unpopular opinion, Korn's MTV Unplugged is minimum top 3 in terms of best MTV Unplugged episodes of all time. They got the fucking assignment more than most bands ever did. And it absolutely should have revitalized their career, but it happened at a point when the internet had moved on and decided, well, Korn is lame. Nothing they do can ever be judged as cool.
Also, stop 2026ing things that happened in 1998, please. I get the moral outrage of using certain words. I understand. And I hate to be like, it was a different time, but sometimes things were just colloquial at the time. And it sucks. You obviously don't want to like sing the lyrics to All in the Family. But yeah, man, like not everybody was perfect at that time. Like, oh, okay. So you want to identify with Moby only. Okay.
Oh,
that's going to lead you to some interesting pockets because he was outright spoken about Eminem, for example, and Eminem's misogyny, and Eminem's generally hate-filled beginning of his career. Yeah, I think Moby was kind of on the right side of that history. But guess what? He wasn't on the right side of all histories.
Right.
He thought he was dating barely legal Natalie Portman.
That's a really tricky thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There is a large contingent of people who spend a lot of their time on the internet that need to find these things.
Yes.
It is their goal. And I hate to, because again, this sounds very like Bill O'Reilly coded, you know. Some people are looking to be offended.
Oh, yes.
Some people love the social feeling, the vindication of being offended because they get the chance, the dopamine rush of being better than you.
Yes.
Look at this. Like, are you being an internet hack or do you have a real opinion? Because if you say things like that, I'm going to ask you to clarify your opinion. And then you're going to realize you have no fucking opinion. You're just a parrot that likes what the internet has decided is the popular thing to shit on.
I'm with you. I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to combine these two. Me and Logan Trent put a clip out recently from an episode of WNBA where we were saying kind of not nice things about Caitlin Clark, but not, I would say, untrue things, specifically that she's the third best player on the Indiana Fever, which I 100% agree with. That was Logan's point. Caitlin Clark has let herself become a useful idiot for right wingers. And it bums me out. And I think it's Sophie Cunningham's fault. Sophie Cunningham, for people who don't know, Caitlin Clark, her first season, you had all the right wingers being like, Caitlin Clark needs an enforcer. She needs a badass to get in these games and stick up for her when all these fucking black lesbians are targeting her for being the only straight white player in female basketball history. And the answer to that problem was Sophie Cunningham. That's who they brought in. Sophie Cunningham had this history already of being kind of an asshole. Logan Trent, again, has been on the Sophie Cunningham hate train since she played for the fucking Phoenix Mercury. He is way ahead of the curve on this shit. They brought in Sophie Cunningham to be that. Sophie Cunningham is only popular because there was a moment in a WNBA game where a player named JC Sheldon fouled Caitlin Clark really hard, hit her, knocked her to the ground. Later in that same game, JC Sheldon, fast break, driving to the basket for a layup. Sophie Cunningham literally grabs her by the neck and throws her to the ground. And that is when she takes on this role as Caitlin Clark's fucking bodyguard, enforcer, whatever. The right wing fucking embraces the shit out of her.
Which sucks because that's kind of cool.
It is cool, yes.
Like enforcement and regulating in a sport. I don't hate that in general.
That part is fine. Where the problems come in is, and this is my second thing, and the reason I bring up Sophie Cunningham does this thing where I guess I would call it MAGA baiting. I think Pat McAfee does it too, where they go just right to the line of making it seem like, yeah, I'm MAGA.
They're really good at presenting.
Right. Like Sophie Cunningham, for example, I believe she had liked an Instagram post or something that was some MAGA bullshit. And people called her out for it. And her only response was she posted a picture of herself on Instagram in, I believe, a bikini, wearing a red hat with white lettering on the front. And her head was turned a little bit. So you had to like sort of struggle to read what the hat said. And it said something like hot cowgirl summer or some shit.
She also was a ring girl at the UFC on the White House lawn. I think that Sophie Cunningham might be the most thinking about after the WNBA player that's ever existed.
Yeah.
You know, a Ronda Rousey or a Gina Carano. I'm only going to be able to do the sport for X amount of years. How do I maintain my fan base? And in her case, I'm going to appeal to the people that I probably agree with, if I'm being honest.
Oh, and I guess I'm still building up.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But so Sophie Cunningham, she does that. She'll like just kind of make it clear. Yeah, I'm MAGA, but I'm not going to say I'm MAGA. Pat McAfee does the same thing. Pat McAfee just walked Trump out during the fucking Patriot games. And in both of their cases, when they're pressed about this, what do they say? Oh, well, I'm not political. Oh, okay. Here's the thing. I will accept that. I will accept you're not political if you can agree that you saying that means you are stupid. And I'm not fucking joking. If Sophie Cunningham will accept that, not realizing that saying, oh, I'm against trans women in sports because I'm trying to protect young girls. If you're actually so stupid to not realize that is a political statement, I know sports come with injuries. Maybe you have CTE. Maybe all of Pat McAfee's rough and tumble contact as a fucking kicker in the NFL has left him with the kind of brain scarring that makes it so you don't understand when you are actually being political.
Yeah, when you're a kicker.
Yeah, exactly. So sure, I'll buy that if you are willing to admit, no, I'm not political. I'm stupid. I'm actually dumb. I'm a dumb, stupid person.
Yeah. Also, I love the people that are on dating apps that say they're not political. And everyone's like, treat them like they're MAGA. It's like, no, treat them like they're a moron.
Yeah, I'm not political is what people say when they want to do political shit, not get called out for it.
Oh, who, me? Not me. I'm an innocent little apolitical little baby.
And you see it the most with athletes, I feel like. And you see it, I think, the most with fucking MAGA athletes.
Of course, yeah, because they've also been told from PR people, dude, I got fired for being political. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. When Sideshow Collectibles decided they weren't going to work with me anymore, fired me, the reason was because their MAGA owner didn't like what I was saying about Black Lives Matter because she's Blue Lives Matter and she was sending me messages on my Instagram Messenger, or not Instagram, Facebook, that was like, these people are they're rioting. It's not about justice, it's about stealing. And I would tell her, like, you need to stop saying these things over a thing I can screenshot. And then told somebody, I want to do what we can to get rid of this person. And then somebody without a spine found reasons to fire me. They literally cited this show. I have a folder of things, and it would be like tweets about the subject of an episode of a show we did. And they were like, see, you can't do that if your name is in our name is in your bio. And I was like, I'll take your name out of the bio. It's fine. Like, that's why I got fired.
That's insane.
Yeah, but they're a business. It's like, we're not political. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You sure are. You just don't want people to know because you're such a huge statue company that even though you have lots of great people working there, it is MAGA.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It only takes the right couple of people at a company for it to be MAGA.
Yep. Yeah. I don't think I've ever said that out loud before, by the way. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But like, yeah, I mean, I've intimated it but I've never said out loud that, yep. Also, they told me not to be political and I told them to fuck off. So that might be another reason.
Yeah.
I sent a nice little Desmond Tutu quote.
I don't know why I got fired from Cracked. I just know things got really weird after I wrote that Trump article in 2015. But hey, that's for another podcast. So yeah, and Caitlin Clark, I hate that she's buying into it. I hate that she's fucking walking Morgan Wallen out at concerts. You know, Morgan Wallen has set himself up as being kind of a political lightning rod. And he's another person who's like, oh, not political. Fuck you. Yes, you are. You are political to the point that I think you're a fucking op. And by supporting that, Caitlin Clark either knows what she's doing or she's stupid. Again.
I would also like to add, didn't Jason Aldean recently be like, oh, I didn't mean nothing by that song?
No, that wouldn't
like,
surprise
me.
me.
The backlash. Oh, honey, no, I didn't mean nothing about that. I was just writing a song about living in a small town.
Which he's never done, by the way.
Fucking loser.
Fucking losers.
I mean, they have way more money than we'll ever have, but they are losers in an emotional sense.
They're still fucking losers. All right. We're not going to get through most of the listener opinions. And, oh, I sure am sorry.
Let's get a couple through, though.
Yeah.
Norm from Cheers is, I'll just say right now, I fully agree with you. I'm ready for it. Norm from Cheers says, I'm excited to see Coyote versus Acme. I want this to be the biggest movie in the world.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited to see it. I saw a headline that gave it kind of a shitty review. Here's the thing, people, don't trust it. This is the kind of movie I would not trust any fucking like mainstream publication review. because there are going to be rich fucking studio entities that will want this movie to fucking fail so they can feel right.
David Zaslav has never needed a movie to fail more. And that's why I need this movie to succeed. First off, it looks great. It has Will Forte as the main character. Show me a bad thing. Like MacGruber is great and it bombed, but it's great. It's a good movie.
So good. It's so good.
This could be that with Wile E. Coyote. Like, you need to see this movie. Norm, I'm with you 1,000%.
ADX3, just joking, not going to read this one because new rule, no opinions longer than one paragraph. I think this was like 5 paragraphs long, and sorry, trim it down.
We love you, but...
We love you. We love you. I appreciate the support, but
yes,
come on.
We don't have time.
Come on. Go, Boo Killer. Escape rooms are massively overrated. We can end it there. I mean, there's a whole other thing, but we're pressed for time. Jeff's got to get out of here soon. What do you think? I feel like I'm 50-50 on escape rooms.
You know what escape rooms are? Is they're the social equivalent of the chicken sandwich. Like, they have a popular moment on the internet, but they're always going to be pretty sturdy. I don't hate an escape room. I enjoy them. I don't do them often. My friend Lisa, she loves doing an escape room. If we're like at, Star Trek Vegas or something, she's like, let's go to this escape room. All right. It's fun. I like a puzzle.
Yeah, I've done a few.
We've done some together.
Yeah, we've done some. Me and my friend Nicole did one at the Spy Museum in DC. I did one with Vanessa once. And I don't know. I mean, I always enjoyed it. Are they massively overrated?
They're a part of the zeitgeist right now. How many escape rooms did you see in 2014? Not a lot.
Yeah.
And they've kind of boomed. It's sort of like, remember when there was like the chicken sandwich wars during the pandemic, of all things, right? Where everyone was like, I wanted the Popeyes chicken sandwich, or this is actually the better chicken sandwich. It's like that. It's been a thing it's a social event that's had staying power. They're fun. They ain't hurting nobody. Nobody's in the mall. You're hurting nobody. I don't have a problem.
Yeah. I mean, if it's your thing, it's your thing. Go do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Doug H. Nuts. I can tell you fucking wrote this at 2:39 a.m., bud. Not thinking straight. Pepsi is better than Coke.
Me think someone has a sweet tooth.
Yeah, Pepsi is way too fucking sweet. But also, I feel like you can almost objectively prove Coke is better because they're spending the same amount on advertising. They're always 1 and 2 in the fucking marketplace. How many Pepsi freestyle machines have you ever seen?
That's a great point. I think Pepsi in general, obviously it's Yum Foods and it's, gets a lot of its love from being in Taco Bell and, Pizza Hut and KFC and all that.
Yeah. But are they violently breaking up union organizing attempts in Latin America like Coke is?
Yes. Pepsi was created to undercut Coke. I don't know if anybody is aware of that, but the Pepsi ended up getting a strong fitting by offering more beverage for half the price because soda is the cheapest thing in the world to make. They created a sweeter undercutting soda, and that's how they gained footing. If you like sickeningly sweet things, then Pepsi is better than Coke.
Yeah.
Personally, as far as colas go, my opinions are negligible because, I mean, unless it's literally the only thing you are offering, I'm going to skip it, a cola, and go for either water or a Dr. Pepper, a root beer, a cream soda, or literally anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Coke Zero guy when it's avails, but I also drink so little soda now. Like, if I'm eating fast food, I'll get a soda. If I'm at the movies, I'll get a soda. But other than
You're a Dr. Pepper at the movies.
Yeah. And even then, I'm doing a diet, a DDP.
A DDP, you're getting a self high five. That's a wrestling reference.
Admirkov, it's probably right. Tech companies are making AI just bad enough on purpose to make it the worst of both worlds. If it was good and efficient, governments would have to introduce universal basic income to counter the widespread job losses. Oh shit, they're not joking. Okay, no, it's cute that you think widespread job losses are immediately going to lead to this government introducing universal basic income. No, they're going to be like, get in the fields, motherfuckers. We kicked all the immigrants out.
Admirkov, you can't believe that. This is not Star Trek. They're not doing that.
That's not happening.
The country's evil. I don't know if you've heard. So many people are losing their jobs and you're not seeing a safety net for that very specific reason.
I don't even remember which podcast we did it on, but I did an episode recently where the overall point was what AI is doing is it's training us to accept mediocrity. It's training us to accept good enough.
Good enough without working is better than great with effort. That's a lot of people believe that now.
And it's going to end up being, well, is it good enough to do this job with maybe just like one person overseeing it and shit like that? I think the reason AI is being accelerated the way it is because they want it to take jobs because they want to kick immigrants out. And what's the talking point always been? Well, Americans won't do those jobs. They might if there are no other jobs. I guarantee you they're going to run that up the flagpole way before universal basic income. So I don't know if I agree with you.
Yeah, but we're sure you're nice.
Yeah. All right, let's do one last one. Mike Scorpio. Randy was the better actor of the Quaid brothers. They both suck as people, though. I could see that. I could see Randy being the better actor.
I think Randy, forced to be a character actor, had a better result than Dennis being a leading man. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, I'm never bummed to see Randy Quaid show up in a movie. I don't remember
Unless
the last
it's the
time.
news. Yeah.
Yeah. Even then, what did he do that people hate him for?
He's kind of MAGA, but it's not so much that people hate him for. It's he believed that there was a cabal of celebrity murderers that were after him.
Here's the thing. Are we sure there's not? His whole thing was, yeah, there's a group of people out here who extort celebrities for their wealth. That doesn't sound that fucking crazy to me.
I think he was having what is most likely a bipolar event in that scenario, or even worse. And I apologize for diagnosing a thing that I don't know, but it definitely, and I said bipolar, but I meant to say paranoid. I think he might be an undiagnosed or diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic. That behavior is behavior that somebody in my family has engaged in. That level of all of a sudden you are so very sure and confident of this one thing that you've never brought up in your life. It definitely has that. It's sort of like a lot of people, there are people that this illness can also make you feel like you're in They Live, that you're the only person that sees the reality and everybody else is trying to control you. And that is fucking dangerous.
Yeah, but also shit like what he was describing does exist.
Yes. I have a friend of mine who has a sister that went off and has sent me messages about how they know that I'm working with the Scientologists to separate them from their child.
Right.
The Scientologists exist.
In the FBI files, Tupac's FBI files, Eazy's FBI files. There are files in both of their FBI documents about them literally being targeted by an extortion ring that just targets celebrities and extorts them for money. It had the name of the co-conspirator who was doing it. It had everything about how the plot worked. I'm just saying people do get extorted for money. Even if Randy Quaid was having a mental episode in that moment, how do you know it wasn't manifesting in the form of him actually talking about that thing, as opposed to being too scared to have talked about it?
Yeah.
Prior to that. Like, I still think it's a little bold to be like, no, you're just having a manic episode. You're just paranoid. I don't fucking know Randy Quaid. I don't know if he was being targeted by someone. Why would I fucking make that assumption?
He sought asylum in Canada around 2010 to avoid the, quote, Hollywood star whackers. Those were the people that killed Heath Ledger. Those were the people who sabotaged Jeremy Piven. These were the people that he believes was targeting Lindsay Lohan. It is interesting to look at where he is and where he was at that point in time. He went to Canada. They avoided the public at all times. He went into hiding in Canada.
Jeff, have you ever looked into Britney Spears' conservatorship and how that happened?
Yeah. I mean, well, a little bit.
How did it happen?
Was that because of after the, you know what? I'm realizing now that I don't know that because I thought it was after the head shaving thing.
It was because a woman, yes, sort of, but a woman who just kind of specialized in getting rich people put under conservatorships showed up to Britney Spears' parents and was like, here's what we should do. We should put your kid under a conservatorship. And here's the thing. There is some question as to whether Britney Spears needed to be under that conservatorship. There's no question as to what that fucking woman does
Yeah.
for a fucking living. People like that exist. You would have to be so naive to assume that there aren't people who see a vulnerable celebrity on the world stage and go, I can fucking get at them. Power extends to people who aren't famous.
Sure.
It's absolutely a thing. So
Yeah.
I just don't know if Randy Quaid thinking he was the target of extortionists is reason to like dislike him.
I think a lot of the evidence that he used to sort of push that forward definitely flavors my belief in that. Like a lot of the stuff where it's just like somebody who, like that every single troubled actor or every actor that has a problem in a big way has been a victim of a cabal of Hollywood stars. And look, I understand there's also legitimately a pedophile ring within Hollywood. I remember what's his name, Corey
Feldman.
Famously, Barbara Walters defended potentially the Hollywood pedophile ring of saying, what happens if you talk about this stuff is the whole industry falls apart. So like, I know that there are people that do that. I do not think that Randy Quaid's specific case is that.
And see, I just think I don't know enough to know.
Who would have thought the biggest debate we'd have was over the Quaids?
Yeah, I think we can agree Randy is probably the better character actor.
He's a character actor, and Dennis is a leading man.
Have we ever seen him in the lead in anything?
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation 2, Cousin Eddie's Island Vacation or whatever. But no, not really. I mean, but when you look at the movies, how great of a character is Cousin Eddie and all of them, Christmas Vacation even, he's the best part.
He's the more memorable.
Yeah. The Last Picture Show, he was great in when he was younger, like Independence Day. He's a great supporting color character.
Yeah. Dennis Quaid is just like a reliable sedan.
He's like a caramel. He's just there. Yeah.
Randy Quaid's a fucking party bus.
Yeah. Dennis Quaid is a decent pair of khaki pants.
And he's such a Reagan guy. Like, not only was he in the Reagan movie, but he was in the Reagan movie because he's just
for a fucking reason. Yeah.
Yeah. Thinks Reagan was the absolute best. But he's also in one of the most underrated comedies of all time, Movie 43. So he's got that going for him. No Randy Quaid in Movie 43, baby. I take it back.
I find that hard to believe that Randy Quaid is not in Movie 43.
Same. I think it did come out when he was seeking asylum.
When he looked Canada. Like the fucking Unabomber.
It was probably supposed to be Randy Quaid in Movie 43.
And Dennis is like, look, my family, we made a commitment. The Quaids stand up.
The celebrity star whackers were like, your brother had a contract, pal.
It does seem like Movie 43 is the celebrity star whackers forced everybody to do this under threat of death.
That's why he fled. They're going to kill my career.
You guys gave a lot. Maybe Adam and I will record a little bone episode of that.
Yeah, we'll do some Bone Con this week for the rest of the listener opins because we got a lot, but we're on time crunch. We got to get the F out of here.
Yeah.
Jeff, thank you for doing the pod, except for Jeff.
Oh.
What do we got to plug before we get out of here? Real quick, if you want bonus episodes of this podcast and want to hear it ad-free, you can for a limited time subscribe for just $2 a month on Spreaker. Go to youdontEvenLike.com/HeyUnpopularSubscribe. You won't get all the back episodes that people on Patreon and Supercast get, but you can get future bonus episodes and ad-free listening for just $2 a month, and that is going to go up soon, so lock it in. Jeff, what do you want to plug?
Well, I don't know if you know this, but I have cool friends, and I have a show called Jeff Has Cool Friends, which you can get early access to uncensored episodes with bonus content over at patreon.com/JeffMay. You can also get access to shows like Nerd with Dre Alvarez, the official exclusive monthly flow with Andrea Gazzetta, and you can get cards in the mail. I'm getting those packages finalized after my nightmare July. Then I could finally get the June and July packages put together. Junes are all collated, folks. But I also do Tom and Jeff Watch Batman. And if you want to see me live on Gamefully Unemployed, and if you want to see me live, Mint on Cards the second Friday of every month, at Blast from the Past in beautiful Magnolia in Burbank, California. You can find me at Hey There Jeffro 2 on Instagram, Hey There Jeffro everywhere else. And please go to the Jeff Has Cool Cards YouTube page and follow it. That helps, and I need it.
And I think that's it. Let's get the fuck out of here. Jeff, say goodbye.
You get the Randy Quaid Get Murdered rookie card, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. We love you.
Gem it insane.